You have made an amazing accomplishment. You have completed your practice projects in which you were taught how to use specific programs for specific tasks. You are now ready for the independent project, and this time, you get to choose the programs you want to use. You will choose technology tools to gather your information, organize your information, and finally to construct your information into some type of presentation tool that shares that information with an audience. This also means that you get to choose your own topic. This project is a challenge-based project. A challenge-based project is where you, the student, identifies a problem that currently exists either in your town, state, nation, or somewhere in the world. As you complete your project, you will be trying to figure out a solution for that problem. Before we get started, let's take a look at what challenge-based learning is all about.
This is Miguel. Miguel just had a big idea. Voting. It's a big idea because it's a broad concept. There are many things Miguel is thinking about when he thinks of the word voting. So Miguel is going to start by asking the basic questions. For example, what is voting? When does it happen? Where does it take place? But this is only the beginning. Miguel really needs to dig a lot deeper in his questions. So now Miguel is going to personalize his questions. He's going to focus the questions more around him. In other words, he's going to turn his questions into essential questions. He's going to think about, how does it affect my life? Why is voting important for me in November? And he can use the help of his friends to think about more questions. What can I do to make sure my friends vote? How will the candidate I am voting for make a difference? How will this election affect my community? Miguel now starts to brainstorm. He's going to talk with his friends and interview people on how they feel about voting to build more essential questions. You can see that he has lots of questions now. And you can see that Miguel starts to get a little frustrated because there are many questions and lots of possibilities. So his next step is going to be refining his questions. He's going to get more specific on what he wants to focus on. He takes those questions and focuses on 3, then 2, and then 1. And he's now going to make sure his essential question is something active, so that he can now take some action. Do something that can help make a difference. His essential question becomes a challenge. So Miguel decides to focus on how he can improve voting turnout in his neighborhood among 18 to 20-year-olds. This now becomes Miguel's challenge. He can now give himself the task of doing 3 things that will improve voting turnout in his neighborhood. So Miguel will go back to the drawing board and think about his challenge. He's going to research more on what he can do. He doesn't want to overwhelm himself, so he's going to come up with very attainable solutions. He thinks about what he has access to in his neighborhood, and what are things 18 to 20-year-olds do for fun. He immediately thinks about the coffee shop they like to go to, so he decides to start there. He knows he can make something happen by going to the 18 to 20-year-olds rather than having them go to him. So he's going in with a plan. He has decided that he is going to 1. Work with the coffee shop owner to host a night to watch the debates and talk about them. 2. Hold a debate where him and his friends can argue both sides of the issues. 3. Organize rides the day of elections so that everyone gets out and votes. These are very attainable solutions that Miguel can do. This is challenge-based learning. Starting with a big idea like voting, building essential questions around the big idea to help you create a challenge. Something that is meaningful and has real solutions. That is how Miguel met his challenge. How will you